Welcome, Matters With. I'm your host, Philip Bryan. Today, we're here to discuss Film Matters With You. Superman, written and directed by James Gunn, opens in cinemas worldwide on July 11th. There are certain film characters, Jefferson Smith, Atticus Finch, Virgil Tibbs, Spock, Diana Prince, who, no matter how popular or unpopular the topic, no matter how convoluted, complex, or straightforward the situation, will always do the right thing. They root their words and actions in personal, historical, and fundamental truth. Their values are intrinsic and embedded.
Integrity.
Superman, Kal-El, Clark Kent is the paragon of that ideal and has been since 1938 on paper and 1948 on film. I'm glad this film gets that about him. It's one of the movie's clearest strengths. It understands the heart of the character, the story. The film, it drops us into a world where metahumans are a generational known quantity. Superman, not a metahuman but an alien, has been on the scene saving lives for the past 3 years. His actions draw questions and ire because in a world of political strife, war, greed, and nations invading each other due to centuries-old archaic hostilities, deep-seated manipulation, and hate, his intervention, help, and hopeful outlook are not wanted by the powers that be.
Clark?
The setup and story provokes bold questions, hope, stress, compassion, dread, and more. But far too often, the film doesn't let the audience sit in those moments, to sit in those feelings, because here comes the one-liner.
Sounds like a job for Superman.
The performances? Rachel Brosnahan is a terrific Lois. She is sharp, bold, and relentless. She's got Margot Kidder's spunk and Erica Durance's knockout gaze, with a delivery that's both fierce and empathetic. Her monologue about how Superman sees the world is a highlight. It's not just poetic, it's revealing. Lois is the one who understands Clark best. Skylar Gisondo is the best Jimmy Olsen we've seen on film. Earnest, charming, grounded, a familiar yet different take, and his chemistry with Lois is real. They feel like genuine friends and colleagues. Nathan Fillion unleashes chaos as Guy Gardner. Loud, messy, unapologetic, and absolutely magnetic. He brings the laughs without undercutting the stakes. The quips work here. They crash in other scenes. Nicholas Hoult is cold, menacing, and tightly wound as Lex Luthor. You can feel the intellect and danger, but the film doesn't give him enough time to deepen. He's underexplored, though the potential is all there. David Corenswet embodies Superman. Dignified, hopeful, driven, human. He carries the cape with grace and conviction. His Superman speech is one of the few unbroken emotional beats in the film, and it soars.
Gosh, on the whole, I'd say it's been swell.
Swell?
Yeah.
I truly compliment the performances, but the film falters in ways. The nonstop humor undercuts the emotion. Every time tension builds, boom, bam, one-liner. The film doesn't trust its own silence, and as a result, it rarely lands the heavier moments. It's over-edited and rushed. The pacing is relentless. It all blurs together. You can feel a stronger version of this film buried in the unused footage. Clark Kent, the reporter, is nearly absent. Seems like a lot of Clark scenes got left on the cutting room floor. The suit is still underwhelming. Yes, we all saw this coming, and it doesn't get better in motion. Clark's parents, both sets, I did not like the interpretation of either the Kents or the Els. This film wants to be a bigger, better, badder, live-action version of Superman the Animated Series. And sometimes it is. There's a lot of love for the character, for the characters. There's reverence here. And when the movie pauses long enough to show us that, the actors shine and the film resonates. Somewhere in the editing bay, there is a better version of this movie, one that breathes, one that trusts its actors, one that dares to be quiet.
Sorry. You're welcome.
I saw Superman 78 in the theater when I was 4. I remember the wow. That feeling shaped how I understand heroes, the craft of film, the beauty of story, and the magic of the silver screen. I hope a kid out there gets that moment with this movie. That alone is reason enough that they should have let the lore linger long enough to take root. Still, this is a solid, above-average Superman film. It's not a DC benchmark movie like Superman 78 or Batman 89 or 2008's Dark Knight or Wonder Woman from 2017. Yet it's grounded in the right values with a lead who earns that S on his chest. It means hope. I give Superman, written and directed by James Gunn, a B-, which is the same score I give Man of Steel, but for very different reasons. If you dig movies, I would dig it and appreciate it if you would subscribe. And it would be swell if you would share this video with your fellow movie fan friends. We'll talk soon.